It is the best show in town. It is the best LGBTQI issue. So darling, why haven't you subscribed? Monday to Thursday, bringing you breaking news Wahala. On Friday, sex, education. And Saturday, burning questions. You know, all those questions you've been thinking of asking. Saturday is the day for you, darling. Ask your questions about religion, your questions about what you want to know about us, your question about anything. You can access anything on Saturdays doing burning questions. And you know one thing, you could to be the lucky winner to win our giveaways on Saturdays. And on Sundays, to crown it all, we have the market woman and shade price. So darling, why do you want to miss out on all these interesting things? Help this channel by clicking the subscribe button.
I'm no reverend to be able to know the scripture and to quote Proverbs 26 verse 27. What does it say? It says, whosoever diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whosoever willeth a stone, it shall roll over. And this seems to be one of the cases befalling the Kito community in Nigeria, as Let It Shine initiative has promised to launch something that will help us deal with the Kitos, just like the Kito police that we have always wanted. Seems like they are stepping in to become the superheroes of the community. Now, there have been different knocks, different opinions, different back and forth. Some people do not even believe in it. Some people are saying that it's just a scam. Some people are saying we are waiting for your first case. But here on Key Will Talk, we'll just try to keep the benefit of the doubt and talk about it, at least to first air it on our own show first, and to watch Let It Shine initiative and watch them with a 3D class that we want them to hit the ground running and to bring an end to this keto epidemic in Nigeria, because we will support anyone and everyone who can better the lives of community members without holding no bias, without holding no grudge, without holding no sentiment. I am your host, Marvelous Achafu Kelechi, and I'm always joined by Chimirezi Henry Unaya. Chimirezi, how are you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Achafu. Just smiling on the news today.
Thank you very much. This seems to be, at least for the first time in a long time, we can hit the sign of believer and say we are not breaking bad. So just, there's not really much to even say about this. It's not like I'm sure any videos, any listing, but we'll just upload the text message that was sent, and they said we should repost it. So I said I will repost it. And not only will I repost it, and just talk about various ways, but just basically not really. We want them to launch their own format. So it's not look as if they are getting tips from us. So we are trying to tell them how to run their own anti-keto this thing. But Chimerezi, looking at this, do you feel like this will stand? But this is just a field project or a project waiting to gather dust, as other projects has been launched in Nigeria?
First and foremost, I want to say, let it shine. It is good that you guys are taking ideas from us. But at the same time, I feel you should please give me an accolade. I was the one who talked about Keto Police. I don't know. I feel a little bit betrayed that they went ahead and rushed and, started my idea. But like Marvelous says, I'm not going to be a hater. I'm not just going to bash you people, but do I feel it's going to work? What has stopped us from launching Keto Police? There are several things that have stopped us. Do I know what has been done in the back room? I don't know how, Let It Shine initiative has been working in the back room, but like we earlier said, I will wait until I see their first case. I'll wait until I see the structure the structure they are going to use to catch, what's the word? Catch or, strategy they are going to use to catch these ketos and what they tend to do. Those are the things we need to look at. We need to look at realistic formats, because I'm not part of their stakeholders, so I may not know what has gone on in the backyard. But one thing I can say is that we'll continue to support Let It Shine, and in any ways we can do it. But one thing is about, it's not being the first person to rush. It's not about just doing it personally. We need to come and begin to realize that we must do it collectively. So Let It Shine, I feel you guys should open this table, throw it up, and have more people join your team, so you can have a collective or community effort. Because it's one thing for people to come and tell their keto stories. We have started it. We were the first people to do keto stories. People have been telling their keto stories on one-on-one segment with me. And we have had a lot of stories, we've had a lot of tippings on how these keto people work. And secondly, we will never forget, or we'll never forget the fact of the law. The law is still against us. So how are we going to tackle these, ketos? How are we going to put them behind bars? We have already had a lot of stories that have been told. The case of Utali Ekwensu, remember, Utali Ekwensu's case, he was caught, he killed the guy from Benue. In short, the community caught him. Who knows where Utali Ekwensu is today? It's Utali Ekwensu in prison, no? Has his case been heard though? We do not know. The guy who killed the US gay banned doctor that Instablock carried, do we know what is going on with that case? Have the police received bribery and corruption and released him? We don't know. Is he in prison? We don't know. So these are the key things I want to talk about. We cannot start keto police without actually having a structure in place to start it, unless it's just going to be another form of publicity and awareness. So if it's a form of an awareness, kudos to them. But if they want to bring about lasting justice and solution, then I think we should not be in a hurry. We need to take our time. We need to put our legal, just quick advice. Let me dash you people, dash those who want to hear. You have to have your legal team in place. Do we have solicitors and barristers? Do we have judges that are going to be with us? We have to have human rights activists. If we are going to fight these ketoris, we will have to fight them from the part of human rights and activists. We have to also go back to talking about disbanding the anti-gay law in Nigeria, which is the SSMMP. We need to talk about that. We need to make strategies on how to counter the law and how to work with law enforcement agency, unless this will just be a dead end. Over to you, Mr. Achafo.
I agree with everything you said. Fantastic points. For me, I would say that the law is something that we need to challenge. The law is something that we need to, overturn. Even if it's not legalization, at least decriminalization, like as it's done in India. Because in India, it's not legalized, but it's decriminalized. Meaning that if you're a member of the LGBT community, you are sure to get justice if you are maltreated or bad is done to you in any way. Now, but what I would not agree with is the fact that people say, oh, because the law is not in place, they use it as an excuse that community members cannot get justice. The law in Nigeria cannot be compared to the law in Uganda. The law in Uganda is much more worse. When even the House of Reps, the legislative wanted to push to have gay people killed, that killed the gay bills, but you dare not challenge the LGBT community in Uganda. You will be defeated massively. Even the Ugandan Prime Minister, Ugandan Parliament head that sponsored that bill when they went to the big debate in South Africa, fellow Ugandans like him challenged him, that country. Even what's the name of even Uganda's LG activists in Uganda challenging the parliament every time. The Uganda structure is big. They don't come there and try rubbish. They don't come there and mess with the community. They have structures in place. They are ready anytime. They have their lawyers. They have the activists. They have state actors. They've been able to penetrate into the system. So that's why they are even scared that before a matter of time, it's just a matter of time, because in Uganda, the LGBT community members are actively involved in politics. They know their rights they know their dues from their don'ts. They've been able to build a network of different professions together so they can push for a massive change. Now, moving on to this, this initiative about to be done by Let It Shine initiative, initiative Keto Police, or the name, I don't know what name they give it to it yet, but we will just call it Keto Police. It's something I want to tell people that, to be honest, to be honest about this to me is dead on arrival. It's a dead vat on the clock. Do you know why? Because me, I've always said it, time without numbers, that one thing about the community, or one thing that we need to know as community members, is first of all, there needs to be a urgency, a sense of urgency that we need to tell our stories. Now, first of all, they want stories from community members. How many community members are willing to share their stories? We know how hard it is for us to get stories from community members, even here on Kyoto. We have to be running from pillar to post to try and get stories from people. We know how it's like a rat race for us, and it means us trying to get stories. So I wonder how they try and get stories from this same community that they are not prepared to tell their stories. These same community members are not prepared to assist you to catch these kitos. So I wonder how they are going to get stories. Because that's why I told them. I said, even we at Kyoto, we are ready to even, I told them that 10K, I said I will talk to you and we are going to look for a way to come. We are ready to partner with them in terms of media. If they finally get those kitos and they are able to arrest them and catch them, they should call us. We'll give them 10K for every catching. We'll come there with cameras. I will go there with my camera, record, ask the kito, interview the kito. Why are you a kitoist? Who sent you? Why are you doing this? How many kitos have you kitoed? How many of our community? I will interview and I will pay them 10K if they are able to give me access to those news and they're able to get these keto people of automatic 10K for every keto that they're able to bring to justice, and they call us there to get those ketos to interview. They come there and we see the justice being meted out of them. We see them being brought to face the law. It will be very, very fantastic. It's a very good initiative. I'm sure a lot of community members will be willing to invest their money in this, because there's one pain that community members can vouch to, or they can always testify to, is the pain of being ketoed. At least 80%, if not 90% of community members have shared that same pain of being ketoed. They know what it did to their mental health. They know what it did to their psychology. Some of them even went as far, they were recorded naked, they were bullied, they were molested, all sorts of things were done against them. So I'm sure that if this truly flies, it will be a good initiative, something that will be fantastic, something that will help the community in Nigeria. But as usual, for me, if they ask me my own opinion remains the fact that this initiative is dead on arrival, not because of the people who want this initiative, or who brought this initiative, not let it shine, not on their hands rather, but on the hands of the LGBTQI Nigerian species, because most of them do not want to tell their stories, most of them do not want to get involved, most of them do not want to come out and share this keto or provide vital information. Most of them just want to be spectators, sit on the fence, hide in their identity, backs in their cowardliness, hide themselves like palliative bunch of jokers, and they want the community to get better. It can never get better because you are one of the problem. And that's our offering for Kyo Talk for this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next episode. See you guys later. Peace out.